G'day everyone, Ali here. Well, today I'm going to make just a simple flower card and it's just going to be a hello card that I'm just going to send off to a friend. So I'm not going to use a lot of supplies, so I do have an embossing folder which I'm going to use, and I do have some word die, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use this hello or this hello. I think I might use this hello here because I do like how it just the script on this hello. I've got some cardstock here, so I've got some cream cardstock which is going to be the base of my card. I've got some Kaisercraft paper here which I've cut to size, and all the measurements and supplies will be listed over on my website. And I've also got some pink cardstock to bring out the pink in this colour here, which is going to sit on the top here. Now I have also gone to my dies and I've picked out a whole heap of dies and sorry for the glare there, because I'm not sure which flowers I'm going to use. So my thoughts are that I might use, which one? This one here. No, not that one. This one here, because I do like the daisy sort. So this is, I'm going to use these dies to cut out on here. So what I might do is, I've got two pieces of cardstock here. I'm going to do two flowers, so I might use that one, but I might also use this one here because I do like this this one here. Now I normally do I haven't cut this out. I have used this quite often though to use the actual flowers, but I want the negative space, so I'm going to cut these apart and use those. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But these here I've gotten from AliExpress, so they're my some of my AliExpress floral dies. So I will cut these apart. Now I do have my snips. Now I just received these in from AliExpress as well, and I think I only paid like $2 or something. So I'm going to cut these apart. Before I do, I've got a cloth here. Now when cutting dies apart, please be careful. It is a good idea to have eyewear as well, because you do not want one of these little bits in your eye. Okay, so I'm just going to first of all just cut one off, and it's just like butter. It's so good. Okay, so I'll just cut one off. Okay, so that's one there. But with these little bits here, okay, I just cut into the rag. Oops. Okay, so they don't fly off everywhere, because even if you got that in your foot, that would be a killer. So just going to cut those off very quickly, so I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut all those out. All these little bits here you can actually just shake off into the bin. Okay, so I'm going to do two cards here using my dies. Now, all I'm going to do is just place these where I think I would like to have my flowers. Okay, so don't have them too close to the edge, because you will stick these down eventually with double-sided tape onto your piece here. Okay, so, and then I think I'm going to have my hello just in there. Okay, so just planning my card. Okay. Now I'm not going to cut this hello into here. I'm just using this just to plan where this sentiment's going to be. Okay, so I'll just pop that aside. Okay, just with some low tack tape, I'm just going to now stick these in place. And to make it more low tack, you can either just put it on your skin. It doesn't really hurt. Okay, because I don't want to tear this paper. Or just on your clothing, just rip it up, just apply it onto your clothing and just rip it up a few times just to get rid of that low tack bit there. Okay, so I'm happy with that one. I'll just move that one over. Oops. Okay, so I'm happy with that one, so let's pop that one aside. With this one, I'm going to do the same sort of thing, and I'm going to put my hello over there as well. With this one, I thought I might, because there's a few flowers on here, I thought I might actually use a few. Actually, now I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's all about playing, okay? And I'm in the craft room having a good old play. There you go. Right, so once you're happy with that, oops, once again just making sure that you've got room to put your double-sided tape. So I'll just pop that down and I'll just put the low tack tape down on this as well. So and it's just to hold it till I can get it to my big shot. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back from my big shot. I'm just going to just pull these up, and like I said, I'm going to use the negative space on these cards here. Okay, now don't discard the flowers. Okay, you can use those for another project. Okay, so I'll just very gently just release these. Just like that. And I'll do the same with these ones here. And once again, I'm just going to use the negative space on these. So these are a nice, easy, simple card to do. Now you can use any sort of flower dies with this type of card using the negative space. Okay, so I'll just pop those aside. Okay, so I've got my two negatives here. Now, as I mentioned, I'm making two cards. Okay, so what you're going to do next, I've got an embossing folder here, and this is just leaves. Okay, so now I want the raised side up, so I want the embossing side up. So I mark mine, so this is the embossed side, so this is indented and it's going to be raised. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just pop that in. Okay, so what you'll need to do is just go and emboss this through whatever embossing machine that you have. and with the applicable sandwiches to your machine. So I'll be right back with this one. Okay, so that's my first one there, and I'll do the same with this one here. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that's my embossed cards there that I've got. Now this will go over the top of this here. Okay, and I've cut these out to size. Okay, and you can see that it will show through. Okay, so I normally just have a bit of a play around with it, with which side I'm going to have that up as. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got 2 bits of black card here, and I'm going to do my hello sentiment for both of them. Okay, so I've cut these just a little bit bigger than this here. Okay, now with some double-sided sheeting, now it doesn't matter what you've got, okay, as long as it's double-sided sheeting. I've got some sheeting here. So I'm just going to apply this double-sided sheeting onto my black cardstock here. So just apply that on, and my next one here. Okay, and I just normally get my bone folder and just rub it all over just to make sure that it's all stuck down with the sheet, and then just cut it to size so you're not wasting any of the double-sided tape. So just like that. So I've got my 2 pieces here, and I'll just cut that in half just so you can see it a bit better, just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this where I want it. So okay, so just with the same low tack tape, just pop that down. Now you'll have to do this one at a time unless you've got 2 of the same die, which I don't. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut that out, and I'm just going to peel off the back ever so gently. Okay, and just release that. So normally what I do is I'll get my tweezers and just lift that up, and if there's any bits that I don't need in there, so that's got a little bit of backing tape, so that's fine, that'll fall out, but any of the little bits where the backing tape has been released, you want to get rid of those. Okay, so then what I do is I will actually stick that down just like so, and these little black bits you can release, so it's got the sticky bits on the back still. Okay, so just be careful because I haven't stuck it down because this is repositional, sorry, just like that. Now when you're happy with the placement, I just get a bone folder and I just rub all over. Okay, now I'm just going to go trim this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to use my VersaColor, I've decided, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do something a little bit different because I do want this edge to stick out from the card. So I've got my trusty embossing powder. Now I think I am going to, let's have a look, because I do want it to stick out slightly from the card. So I think I'm going to use this red actually, just so it sticks out. Okay. Now all I'm going to do with this is and it doesn't matter if you get some on the top of the card or not, because I think it'll add just a little bit of interest as well. So just pop that in. I'm just going to do two sides at a time, I think. And I'll do the same on this one. So I'm doing it like at a 45-degree angle, just so I can get some of the colour just on the front there as well. Just like that. Okay, so I'll just pop that aside. Okay, now I might actually do the same with this here as well. So I'm just going to cut this to where I want to have it on the card. So I can position that on my card there, just like that. And I've got this one just here, actually. So I'm just going to mount this on my card just using some double-sided tape. I'm just going to line this up on my mat just before. Yep, okay. So that's nice and straight.
So with the die cuts that I had popped aside that I wasn't going to use, I've decided that I'm going to actually use them. So I've got this cake decorating tool that I use for paper crafting, and all I'm doing is I'm just rubbing on the back of the flowers just to make them curl a bit and give them some dimension. Then I turn it over and then I rub in the middle, so this will help make them stand up. So when I finish this, I'm just going to pop a little bit of PVA glue in the middle, and I'll just stick the top flower on top there, just giving some dimension. So I'll add this to the front of my card. Now once my flowers have dried, I'm going to put some liquid 3D pearl drops in the middle with the colour Cotton.
Okay, so I've mounted it. I have got the double-sided tape on both sides here, okay, and I'm just going to mount them up onto this cardstock. So as I normally do, I don't know if you've seen my past videos, is how I actually get it onto this card straight is I just release the diagonal corners just like this. Okay, now because there are some cuts out, I am actually going to just use a little bit of wet glue. Okay, so not too much that it's going to seep out, but just a little bit, just in those spaces, just there. Okay, and that will also give me a little bit of wiggle room as well. Okay, so once I've done that, then I can use these two corners here to position my cardstock. Okay, so when I'm happy with the layout of the card, and then I can just stick it down like so, and then just release the tape on the back. Now I have just use a different colour. This is a Kaisercraft backing colour here as well, so I thought I would just do this card a little bit different as well. So I'm just going to do the same with this one. So I do like probably this one here. This one gets a little bit lost in the background, so but I think it still worked out okay. Now I have got some flowers here, so the positive part that I cut out, I'm just going to stick those on here, and then I'm just going to mount it onto my card. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on these cards using the positive and negative space of dies along with a embossing folder. So if you have, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell. And until next time, we'll see you later. Happy crafting. See ya.